There we go. Okay. Well, I guess let's start out with our little character question. Maz, if you want to give us the D100.
That is a great.
Are you saying something?
They changed the dice.
Oh, whoa!
Yeah.
They did
Yeah,
change
the
the dice.
D100 is the one on the right now, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is the D100, isn't it? Looks like they just built it in. That's nice. Your headphones. I was gonna say, like, I heard you mid-sentence, and I thought I heard you still talking upstairs. Alright, we'll give you a sec. I guess that's convenient that they added that there.
Test.
Hey, we hear you.
Yeah.
Hear you.
Okay. I'll just use my microphone on my tablet.
That works.
Like freaking noob. How do I roll a D100 again?
Right.
It's the far right dice.
They changed the dice.
Yeah, they changed them all.
Far right.
The one that's got like 20,
Double
0,
zeros.
0, 80.
Okay.
There we go. 59. Let's see here. Okay. Alright, today's is, does your character value their own best interest more than the party's?
Just gonna get real deep real quick, aren't we?
I guess so.
No, I take things to the max. So, the whole union circus thing, solidarity and shit. I do anything for the group except for touch fire.
Understandable.
I think there was a time when Raz and Maz first came to the circus that she put their well-being before anybody else's. But I think now that she knows these people and has relationships with them, that she puts everybody's best interest first.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, I think Maz is probably pretty similar in the fact that, like, right now she views a lot of the current circus people as like an extension of family. So she is willing to do a lot for their best interest. But I think a part of her is still a little bit selfish in the fact that if it came to their interests or like Braz's best interest, she would always put Braz first.
I would echo that sentiment.
Okay. How about you, Grotus?
Did you rephrase the question? I got it as like, what wouldn't you do for the rest of the group, or would you put yourself first?
Oh, yeah. It was. Does your character value their own best interest more than the party's?
In some regards, yeah. In some regards, no. I mean, kind of a nothing matters philosophy. So he's not going to be a dick, but you know, Grotus doesn't really value his life. He values flirting with death.
Right. Right.
Hold on, I gotta step out for delivery real quick.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. That takes care of that. All right. And so, last time, does anybody remember anything about what we got up to last time?
We were hunting down clues. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Maz walked away from the battle with a pretty cool head of something, and yeah, I think it was a snake head.
Ah, yes. Mm-hmm.
I remembered that part.
Yeah, there were the snakes in the woods.
And then I think we came across some people while we were in the woods, but I don't remember what that exchange was.
They were little mephits that were in the process of filling this gal's bag with rocks. As a
Oh,
joke.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. I remember that a little bit now. That was fun.
Well, yeah.
Wait, they were what? Because all I heard was meth heads.
That I mean,
Pretty much.
yeah, they're called
Did
mephits.
you need to know more?
They're like little kind of imp-like things. They're very
Okay.
tiny. They were filling this gal's bag with rocks that was there, and we're kind of mentioning to you that, she was wanting to do things that were, more bad than they wanted to do, and so she left them behind, and then she left and went towards the camp, and then you guys had gone back towards the camp, and you'd found that everybody in camp was kind of in thrall of some fanboy pixies that had come by, and you managed to kind of get everybody out of their little dance fever there. And you had gone to investigate the Kanbali family wagon to see if there was anything over there, because you hadn't checked that part of the camp yet. And that was when you finally met, I believe she did tell you guys her name, Nemia. She came out of their wagon with this, surrounded by this massive swarm of rants, and went on a bit of an eco-terrorist tirade at y'all. Here, I'll just read that again since I know Maz wasn't here. But yeah, she'd walked out of this wagon with all these rats and said, "I had hoped to murder more of you while the whole town was watching. I would have frightened them away from here for good, but a bigger slaughter might be even better. The foolish farmers and poisoners of Aberton will discover your rat-chewed corpses. No one will know how it happened, but everyone will whisper that nature is taking its revenge, and it's through me. I'll wager most of the town will be gone in a week, and then the rest will fall easily, and then the land can heal from the cancer of Aberton."
She seems fine.
Bitch be crazy.
And then that's where we left off, with everybody with their initiative dice in their hands, about to drop them on the ground. So, so go
Drop
right
'em
ahead.
like a pot.
Maz just wants to know what she has to learn in order to have a pet rat that is like sentient.
Good question.
I think Grotus is appreciates the moxie, but nobody picks when I die but me.
All right, we just need. There we go. Nice. All right, so starting off the top of the round is Maz. So this lady is kind of standing at like the end of the stairs to the up to the Kanbali wagon, and like all around her feet and kind of around the wagon in general is this huge swarm of rats that are just kind of seething like a liquid around her feet. What are you doing?
She thinks that's a little gross, but also kind of cool, but also gross. And she's going to use her bladed hoop.
Okay. Hoop ahoy.
I have to remember how to do this. Okay. I think that one.
Oh, don't forget to target
You
her.
didn't select the person you're throwing it at.
Oh. I don't have the combat tracker up.
It should be on the. Oh,
There's
here.
nothing in the combat tracker but us.
Yeah, you don't have them in there.
Oh, they're in there. They're just invisible. Oops. Let me make them visible.
God dang it, Moogie.
There you go. Now they're
How are we
visible.
supposed to fuck shit up if we can't see it?
Skill.
All right, I'll give you that one.
Area of effect, cleric magic.
Okay, she's gonna target the crazy lady
Okay.
with her hoop. I guess I need to get closer.
For that, yeah, that would be a melee.
Alright. Then let's try this again.
Hey, there you go. That's a hit. You come rushing across the various little benches and things scattered around the camp, hoop in both hands, coming down with a swing. Minimum damage, but it's still damage. 6 to Nemia there.
You gave her a hangnail.
It's something.
Hangnails are annoying.
I gave her a cut and squeezed lemon juice into it.
You do still have
you're-
one action left because you moved and then you attacked, and you can still do another something if you want.
Oh, that's right. I think I'll just attack again.
Okay, just make sure you use the second
Yeah.
one in.
Yep.
Ah,
Aw.
that one misses. So you run in, you swing down with this one, and you kind of try to whirl around and get another swing in, but doesn't quite make it. You still haven't quite got the handle on two-handing this hoop, but at least a start. All right. That brings us to Nemia here. So she, is kind of taken aback by you running up on her, and she holds out her staff and kind of shouts at you, Maz, and at the rest of your compatriots over here across the camp, and says, "Witness the cleansing!" And she brings her staff up and smacks it down on you, Maz. Oops. I gotta make sure I actually target people. That would help. Alright, and that misses. You managed to deftly dodge out of the way of that. And... Wait, did they change how the modifiers work in this too? Oh wait, no. There we go. Ah, and she tries bringing that down again on you. Taking another strike with this staff. She's kind of swinging wildly, cackling in the process, trying to unleash nature's fury upon you, and not doing the best of jobs.
I'm just too small.
You are just too small. I mean, she's small too. She's a halfling.
You're
But-
just a wee goblin.
Yeah, all 3 times missing, and as she finishes, she kind of, smacks it on the ground with a huff, and kind of points in all of your direction and says, "Get them, damn you!"
The power of Ronka protects me.
And you see like the rats that are around her feet kind of begin to writhe a little bit more in response to that. Honker.
All right, I will. I don't have to move at all. I will honk my nose at the rats here and attempt to daze them.
Ooh, okay. Nice. Do they need to do some kind of save?
Yeah, I put it on them. Oh,
Nope. There we go. All right, they failed the save. What are we doing here?
nothing. It does 4 damage automatically,
Okay.
and then if they crit fail, it'll stun them for
Okay.
a round.
And if it's a regular failure, nothing.
Just nothing happens.
Okay. All right. Well, you're.
Yeah. Oh, I have one more.
You
one
do.
more action. I gotta remember that. I will.
Wouldn't you have 2? You've only cast 1 thing so far.
Cantrips. Well, some cantrips are 2 actions. some
Oh,
can't.
are they?
Spells
Okay.
and cantrips sometimes take multiple.
Okay, good to know. Sweet. Well, then fire away with whatever you're doing.
I will. I will move kind of around this stand or tent or whatever it is here and kind of take cover.
Okay.
And
All
that'll
right.
be my turn.
So, Honker, you're moving around to get behind this wagon here, and you are surprised to see a decently sized rat has been creeping around the outside of the camp and is right next to you here.
Is it a rodent of unusual size?
It may be indeed a rodent of unusual size. Looks like it was waiting for you. It surprised you around the corner there. Which brings us to Grotus.
Grotus, he's not having it. He's not impressed by this lady's spiel. He's heard a lot of drunken antisocial rants before, and he's just not picking up the vibe. She doesn't got the soul for it. She's got all the moxie, but not the soul. So he's gonna run up next to Maz here, activate his stumbling stance, and the way to activate that is to hit the gourd pretty hard, and go with his flurry of blows.
All right.
So that's with so he's got 1 action left, but flurry of blows is once per turn. You do 2 unarmed strikes in 1 action
All right.
with
Blast
the
him.
regular penalties happening.
Nice. And 1.
And next one.
And a 1 out of 2. But 1 connects Your fist kind of weaves drunkenly in front of her for a moment before pops out, gives her a good one, kind of knocking the wind out of her a little bit. But the second one lifts a little bit right past her head as she kind of reels from the reaction to the first one there. She kind of responds to you, "You'll pay for that one!" All right. And as she says that, this swarm of rats kind of moves forward across the ground, kind of around both of your feet, Maz and Grotus here. And they try to bite at your ankles. Let me move them there for a sec so they can actually see you guys. Let's see. Target. Here we go. All right. Where does it have me roll for this?
What are you trying to roll?
Oh, there it is. It had like a long description for its thing, and I was trying to find where the damage was.
Sometimes it's hard to see.
All right, so these swarm around your ankles, and just this mass of rats. It's impossible to avoid, and they both give you some bites around the feet, and you're going to need to both do a save. Oh, I guess it wants me to roll that first. Okay, let me fix your damage, Maz. Have those in a different order in its description. Let's see. So your wound is actually 3. Okay, fixed. All right, so, and then Grotus, since you failed that reflex save. See, let's not target Maz. We don't need to target her for this. These little rat bites. You're feeling a little bit ill at this point from these bites. No particular effects as of yet. But you feel a little off after these rats kind of swarm over your feet here. Which brings us to Braz.
Okay. So is the swarm of rats like right up on Maz and Grotus, or is it like behind them?
It's like right. It's like around their feet. Like they're in
It's
a
occupying
puddle.
our space.
Yeah,
Okay.
they are in a
Well,
puddle of rats.
That changes what I was gonna do then.
Okay.
Let's see. I guess then I was gonna try to maybe throw some fire at them, but they are way too close to my compatriots. So I'm just gonna run up to them, and then I'll attack twice with my club.
All right. Playing whack-a-rat with the club.
It's a good time.
And there's a lot of targets. Oof. Ah.
Damn it.
So you come in here with your club charging, you start trying to beating it on the ground, and these rats just they move like liquid. They're shifty little buggers. All right. Which brings us to Nemia. She backs away from you, Maz. I think. I don't remember. Like there's still opportunities. Is there opportunity stuff in Pathfinder, or is that not a thing in Pathfinder?
There is, but it's actually a feat that the player
Has to have. Oh.
or creature has to have. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Good to know. All right, so Nemia, she actually backs away and kind of goes back up the steps of this wagon, and she kind of shields herself, kind of gets herself in the doorway of the wagon, trying to give her like a little bit of cover, and all the while is kind of chanting, encouraging these rats that are swarming around your feet. She seems to think she's got some kind of trump card here with this rat swarm, and she, let's see, what is this? Just see these things that she's got here. Okay. All right, she's just gonna move up there and just take cover for now, with where she's at. She doesn't seem to have much of herself from a range. All right, our little swarm puddle here. Now go ahead and roll. Oops, target people properly. Do the save first. Okay. Okay, there we go. More ankle biting occurs. And this time, Maz, see how you're feeling. You feel a little off from little nips around your ankle this time. Alright. Little rat friend over by Honker. Honker, you came around the corner here. All three of them had really good initiative this turn, looks like. You came around the corner here, and this unusually sized rodent kind of lets out a and it tries to bite at you. That's not supposed to be targeting you. There we go. It's tricky having these things on top of each other. Okay. Tries to bite at you, Hunker. There we go. Manages to do so. Dealing a couple damage to you. Maz, you're in a puddle of rats.
You.
You. They bit you. You feel gross.
They did bite me. It's very rude.
Stamp on their little heads.
Crush them under your feet.
Crush them for the glory of Ronka.
Whoa.
Maz is going to use the hoop on the rat.
That hits. Slice them and dice them. Nice.
And she's gonna do it again.
Do it again. Aw, dang. Well, you can do it one more time if you want. Or you can move. Or whatever.
I think she's gonna move.
Okay. Where are you running to?
Over here.
Okay.
Out of the puddle of living flesh.
Understandable. A good call. Alright. Braz.
I really want to set them on fire, but alright, I'll just attack with my club again.
I mean, Grotus is like mostly flame proof, right?
Well,
Grotus is
really,
lit.
I wanted to just like throw a log from the fire at the swarm, but they were up on
Grotus says, like, do what you gotta do. I'm already lit.
So, is there a fire going in that fire pit?
And the one in the camp? Yeah, I'd
The
say
one
so.
that Maz is right next to?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, well then I am gonna run over to it.
Okay.
And then I'll grab the not burning end of something in it. And then I'm gonna chuck it at the swarm. trying to not hit Grotus, but
Okay.
I don't know what I need to roll to do that.
I mean, considering it's like a whole like puddle of rats and like Grotus is a whole dude standing in there, I don't think it would be too difficult for you to throw a stick at
No.
undulating rat flesh on the ground
Right,
and not hit
but what do I
Grotus.
need to roll to see if this works? I mean, I have ranged on my club as well.
I mean, I just go ahead and like roll your club.
Okay.
We'll just, I mean, it's close enough. All right. Well, you toss this burning stick in there at the swarm at Grotus's feet. Nice. Manages to light some of them on fire. The little puddle of them is, some of them are getting crispy. Some of them are spreading it to each other. They're not actually looking so good. There's quite a few of them that are dead and just kind of caught up in the mess.
I bet it smells really bad too.
Oh yeah, it is not a great smell. The dead ones that are kind of get lost in this mess are almost kind of turning into a bit of a rat king, just in front of your eyes here around Grotus's feet. It's unpleasant. Nature's not very cool.
Rise, why did you have to make it worse?
All right, I think you got one more, Braz, unless that costs two.
I think that's 3 because I grabbed the stick and then I threw it.
I wouldn't say grabbing the stick is cost an action. It's
Okay. Then can I move again?
Yeah, you can do anything with your actions. You can do whatever you want.
Then I'm gonna just move over here, away from the rats, but not quite to the crazy bitch.
Cool. All right. Honker. Your shelter has betrayed you.
Yeah, not a fan of that.
It's not on fire.
I will take a guarded 5-foot step backwards.
Okay.
And then, in a panic here, I'll cast Phantom Pain on the rat here.
Okay. All right. Nothing on a success, I assume.
Oh yeah, no, there's success. I get stuff. 2d4 damage.
All right, go sweet, roll. Nice. All right.
And then with my last action, I will. Or no, sorry, that's all my actions. I moved. Sorry. Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. Sounds good. Grotus. The stench of undulating rat flesh beneath your feet. Smells of death. But not the good kind. Not the sexy kind.
Not cool. Grotus is gonna like ew, and like move out of that, and then back on top of this halfling, start battering her.
All right.
Stumbles his way away from the rats, and then just windmill punches at her with first a flurry of blows.
There's one. Swing and a miss.
And with my final thingy, I'm going to, I'll do a third one, because I have one more move left, so I can do it.
Nice.
Worth trying.
Worth
I'm going to look at
trying.
the rules for how I can do a feint. I have some kind of special thing of feinting, so I can make her flat-footed. Just need to read how that works.
Oh, cool. All right. All right. So with these punches and these attempted punches, you can, Nemia still kind of seems pretty confident in coming after you guys, but she's starting to realize that maybe backing herself into a wagon with one exit may not have been the best of ideas. Which brings us to Honker.
Honk honk. It's time for you to get out of the rat race. And I will try and daze it again.
All right, it fails. It's safe.
Fail on daze is just damage.
This damage. All right. Well, we'll see if it's enough. It is. All right. You cast this daze, and you kind of see almost like a look of like a startled look in this rat's eyes as this magical damage kind of hits its noggin, and it is enough to knock it over. It lets out a final and kind of keels over under this wagon here. He gone.
Good job, Honker.
Delete.
I will shout with all the pride I can. I'm Honker, and I'll honk my nose and give everybody. I'll use that to inspire courage.
Nice.
So you get like +1 to everything for the next round. I'll put the effect on you.
Sick. All right.
That's my turn.
Sweet. All right. That brings us to our female halfling zealot here, who's feeling a little cornered here in the entrance of this wagon. Grotus here at the bottom of the stairs, like, pummeling up at her. And with kind of a look of desperation in her eyes, she kind of reaches on her side and pulls out a small sickle, one you'd typically see used in the harvest, and begins kind of swinging it wildly at you, Grotus. Let's see. Grotus. Whiffs. Hits. Dealing a hefty 6 damage to you, Grotus. She tries one last time. Those third strike debuffs aren't doing her any favors. But she seems to be delighting at the sight of the blood spilling from the slashing wound she's given you. You'll pay.
That hurt. All right, lady, I'll pay. Pay you with punches. And with more stumbling and flailing.
Honker.
With more stumbling and flailing, he delivers backhands and elbows.
Nice.
God damn it. There you go. Ah, shit. No, shit. That's gonna have to be it. He's gonna make another attack, hoping for his lucky shot.
Let's hope for it. Ooh,
Oh, well.
definitely not. Oh, Bupkis. All right. Maz. The stinky rats are in front of you.
Maz is going to attack the stinky rats.
All right. You got him. Smack him up. Hey, that does
Nice.
enough. You come swinging in here, whirling your hoop around, and that manages to cut through the remainder of the ones that were still around, and this large swarm, like there's a few left, but they kind of dissipate and run away. They are gone. And you still got 2 actions. Miles, what are you doing?
I'm gonna move towards the crazy lady.
Okay.
Oh, no, not over there.
Whee!
Zip.
Gotta get a running start.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna attack.
Ooh. Nice. Oh, that was at the swarm. I'm gonna let you have that first one because that was you just for targeting the wrong thing. That would have hit her. Go ahead and target Nemia and go ahead and roll the damage for me on that one. Nice. All right. Nemia's definitely looking a little bit more desperate now. Two now upon her, cornering her in this wagon here. Braz.
Alright, well, I'm not gonna let these two have all the fun. I will move up. I imagine I'd be like right next to Maz, but obviously I can't really do that with squares.
Yeah.
And then I will attack her twice with my club.
Yep. Just gonna bashing her from the side on these steps here outside the wagon. Oof.
Son of a bitch.
Ooh. With your height, it is a little bit of an awkward reach for you, even with the club, going from the side on these stairs. It seems.
And it just stinks of burning rats. So
It does. It does. It's a little. It's a little bit much. It's burning the nostrils a tad. Maz, up again at the top of the order.
Ma's going to slash.
Ooh!
Good job.
Crit with the hoop. Oh, damn!
Yeah, you killed that bitch.
Moscow's running up with her two-handed hoop and it gets her good, a whopping 22 damage. Whew. Pretty hefty for you guys being level 1. And manages to strike her to the ground. She kind of, she holds on to her staff here, trying to hold herself up for a bit. And you can see that she's trying to keep herself alive just from pure hatred for you, for this town, for whatever else around here. And as she falls to the ground, she kind of lets out this whisper of, "The extinction will come for you all. I will laugh at you beyond the grave." And then she dies. All right.
Yeah, that bitch really be crazy.
All right, and we are out of combat. And with that, you guys can all level up to 2.
Woo!
So if you want to go ahead and do that and give yourself, you should be able to just, kind of like before, I believe it's still the same. You just drag another level of your.
No.
Oh.
No. Don't do that. Do not do that.
All right, quick. What are we doing? What are we doing? How do we do this?
What you do to level up in this? It's super easy. Remember how we did our initial character creation
Tracker.
on the main tab of the character sheet? We clicked on the tracker button. So what we do to level up is once we click on the tracker button and open the tracker window, you can see on the kind of top portion of that under step 3, say class level 1, you just click that button to the right that says add a level. It'll ping you up and you can look in your tracker window again at the bottom and it'll tell you everything you got that level and things that you need to do.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot they made it super, super easy with the tracker stuff. Well, there you have it.
For example, when I clicked on it, it adds a bold line that says I added a bard level, and then it adds the hit points, and then it tells me what I need to do. I have to add a skill feat and a bard feat.
Sweet. All right, well, we'll give you guys a moment to look through whatever feats you got and add some on here, and we'll see what people picked up. And then we'll continue on our merry way. Not too bad. I'm glad you guys got through that. That swarm can be really nasty if it sits on you for much, because it just deals damage automatically. It doesn't even roll for it. Just being in the puddle, and that can hurt.
Oh, that's right. I remember. I was really excited.
Hmm. What stuff are you getting, Hunker?
Okay, so idiot brain. How do I do the skill increase?
Let me take a look at your tracker here. Let's see. Ah, okay. So a skill increase means that when you go to your skills tab, you know, they all have, there's that proficiency column that has like T's and E's and whatever else.
Yeah.
So you can either, so one that has like a dash, you can either click that to make it trained,
Okay.
or you can change one that is a T and click on the T to make you an expert in it. You can't do anything higher than an expert with this at the moment. We can't do that until you're level 7, it looks like, according to the description. But for now, you can either train more things that you don't have training in, or you can expert yourself on a thing you can. So it looks like you
Okay.
can do, yeah, one skill. So whatever you want.
And then when it says add skill feat to rogue feat to, where do I go to add those?
Sure. So in the tracker, there's those 5 buttons across like the middle there for ancestry and skill and class and whatever. So
Yeah.
you can see the feats of that type. So if you do skill feat, you'll click on the skill button.
Okay.
And you'll see a list of all the different feats that are currently available to you. And whichever one in that list you want to add to yourself, you just click on add to PC. And then the rogue one would be a class, so you just do the same thing. You click the class button, and then you can add any of the feats that are listed in there. And just click the add to PC button, and that'll add it right on.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Anybody picking up anything interesting?
Yeah. I got some choices. I got some good choices, I think, among the monk feats.
Yep.
I'm looking at brawling focus, monastic weaponry, or more likely stunning fist.
All right. All right.
Also, kind of tempted a little bit if we need range. I don't think we need more range, but there's this one called Shooting Star Stance, where basically instead of having rapid fire unarmed attacks, you have rapid fire throwing knives and shuriken.
Do we have? I guess Honker's ranged, but
I'm fully, yeah. Honker does. He's scared of touch, so.
I'm not sure how much range we. Braz has club. Well, I guess Braz has alchemist stuff for tossing. I guess that's true. We do have that. Cool.
I don't know. With monastic weaponry, I could then later on get the brawling focus and I could get more action out of my nunchucks. But right now, my stumbling strikes, as long as I shift into stumbling stance, are way more powerful. They're D8s and they have that backstabber trait, so anything flat-footed gets bonus damage and so forth.
Oh yeah, that's real nice.
And I'd be making people flat-footed all the time. So I think I'm gonna go Stunning Fist.
Sweet.
It integrates nicely. And pretty much whenever I use a flurry of blows, if either one of those hits, it triggers a fortitude save against my class DC or be stunned 1. Stun 3 on a crit fail.
Dang, yeah, that could definitely be pretty powerful if that procs. Very cool. What sort of things the rest of you guys finding or picking between?
Still picking my class feat, but like found a neat feat that definitely works for me. That's just a general skill feat, and that is fascinating performance. So if I'm doing a performance, when I perform, I can compare the result of my performance roll to the will DC of one observer, and if I succeed, the target is fascinated for a round by me.
Is that kind of like a charmed-ish sort of?
Kind of, yeah, semi-charmed state. I have to critically succeed if it's in combat. In order to fascinate them, I have to choose the the creature to do that. And it'll only be one round and then they're, immune. But as it'll grow with me. So when I become an expert, I can do it to 4 people. And when I do it a master, 10. And if I become legendary, and I will in performance, I can fascinate any number of observers with that role.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then so like that folds into almost everything that I do. Like a lot of my cantrips and shit like that count as performances. So
Let me see. So what is?
I think
What is best? Okay,
I
here's.
wasn't gonna go this way, but I think I'm gonna end up taking a second muse at 2nd level here.
Oh, I see. Okay, I wasn't sure like what the fascinate condition exactly was, and it's almost like a minor distraction sort of condition where they get a -2 to their perception and their skill checks, and they can't use concentrate actions unless they're related to you because they're fascinated by you. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I could definitely see how that could be handy outside of combat too, just for the throwing them off type factor. What about you, Braz? What are you looking at?
So I already added my alchemist feat, which is poison resistance.
Nice, good to have.
So I'm just trying to pick a skill feat now.
Cool.
Can you remind me when we were doing the circus stuff? Where we were basically picking what kind of things we were going to roll. It didn't necessarily require a performance check for our acts.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't have to. I'm not going to get this skill feat that would let me use acrobatics instead of performance because I can already pretty much do that.
Yeah, because like with the way that it went, it was like you can pick what kind of role you're like. Where was it? There's a really good little kind of like example. I remember putting in here.
I was gonna ask that reminds me. I've been meaning to ask for a while.
Yeah.
Is there any way I could get a copy of the circus rules to like?
Yeah.
Those seem super complicated, and nothing against you. I'd like to know like what I'm doing a little better.
Yeah,
feel in
sure.
the dark on that
I'll
part.
look. I feel like I can probably get like some sort of. I'll have to check on where, or like I feel like there's like some sort of little thing I can get from Paizo, or that I have like on Paizo because I have this that I can export for that. I'll take a look around and see what I can get for that. Let's see. Oh yeah, here it was. Okay, so yeah, the little example thing that I had found about the kind of little performance trick thing was so along with getting access to more different types of traits for your tricks as we like hire more people and level up, you get the ability to use like different checks and traits at once. So for example, right now you only have one trick check roll. Like some of you were rolling like an acrobatics check, some of you were rolling a performance check, some of you were whatever it was, and so all of your tricks roll that check. But later on, you can roll different types of checks. So, for example, at level, I think it's 8, I believe it was, you could do like 3 different types of trick checks. And so, say your signature trick is that you juggle clubs and then you throw them up in the air, and then you throw knives at them and skewer them in the air and avoid them as they come down. So your trick checks could be, you do an athletics check for how high you get them thrown in the air, you do an attack roll check for throwing the knife at the clubs, and then you do a fortitude save check for your dodging of the falling knife clubs. And that's your trick, is like doing those 3 checks for the different parts of it. It's like stuff like that. But it'll be a moment before we have another round of circusry, since that just barely happened. But yeah, I'll see what I can find about the circus rules. I'm sure there's got to be some sort of like handout or something or other that's got all of them, because there's definitely a lot.
Yeah.
Are they in? Let me check in here really quick. I feel like they might be in the character, like the player guide thing for this.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is they might be in something like that. If it is, I guess I could just go download that.
Yeah, because it should be in here. See, that's the backgrounds. That's the feats.
So then for my feet for second level, it's kind of interesting, but the bard can like multi-class itself. So I took a second subclass of polymath, which is like jack of all trades, right? I'm paying attention to everything, so I've got a lot of like knowledge. What it essentially allows me to do is it gives me an unseen servant spell, but then lets me buffs my performance again it says you can rely on the grandeur of your performance rather than your social skills. You could use performance instead of diplomacy to make an impression, or you can use performance instead of intimidation to demoralize. And then you can use performance instead of deception to impersonate others. And then I can use my proficiency rank in performance to meet the requirements of skill feats that require ranks in deception, diplomacy, or intimidation. So it kind of bundles those three up into my performance check, into one check that I need to buff up rather than four.
Yeah, I don't think it's like it's still a couple levels yet until you guys like have like a second check you can incorporate in. So for now, at least when it comes to like the circus rules part of things, you just have like the one check for stuff. Ooh, is this the one? Let's see. I think this might be. Oh no, that's not. That's not what it is. This one. Okay, that's the circus running sheet for the act planning. Yeah, I'll grab that anyways. That's handy. Let's see. Yeah, I think for the rules I might need to like grab a segment of like because it's like a chapter in the PDF.
Yeah.
And
you might have to carve the PDF up a little bit.
Yeah, and then like cover up some because I think there might be some like spoilery things on some of the sidebars, some places I'll have to check. But yeah, I'll check on that. Oh, it's that. It's already here. Okay, well, for now, let me drop this in there because this is the sheet we use when we like plan a show and how that looks. Just lost the folder. There it is, Pathfinder. Circus sheet. There we go. Okay, that is at least the planning sheet. It doesn't have like all the circus rules, but that's that planning sheet. But it'll be a hot little bit before we do another one of those, and I will look into figuring out how to get that chapter out of the other stuff. So
Thank you.
All right, everybody got all their stuff added on? Anybody still?
I'm still working.
Okay.
I'm good.
What are you looking for?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay. What are you looking at, Roz?
I'm still trying to pick my skill feat, and then I need to figure out my class feat. For my class feat I picked minor magic, but I need to figure out how to look at the common cantrips available to the various traditions. So I get 2 cantrips.
Okay. That should be if you roll open character over on the side and go to spells, and then for the sort, let's see. I feel like there's a way to do just can't. Oh yeah, there it is. The very bottom sort option for type, there is an option for cantrip.
Oh, hold on. Right, so you said character, then spells.
Yeah, then spells, and then you'll see there's like a couple different filters on the bottom for class, level, school, tradition, type.
Yeah.
Choose cantrip under the type drop down.
It just says spell or blank.
Huh. Weird. Does your group at the top say all?
Yeah.
Should be more in there. Does it show anything at all in here in spells right now?
You sort rather than sorting by the type. What you'd want to sort by is like your class, and then like you're either arcane, divine, occult, or primal. So you'd look at that, and then cantrips are level 1 spells rather than level 0 spells, like in 5e. So that's why there's no level 0 to sort by.
Oh, I see the buttons at the top. Okay. So I guess, yeah, if you click on Arcane at the top of that spell window, does it open up a new little window for you and has like cantrips, yada 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 for spells? Okay. Okay. So you should be able to look through those. So you can look through like Arcane, Divine, Occult, Primal, and look at the cantrip lists there for those, and whichever ones you do go with, I think you can just drag and drop those onto your actions page. Yeah,
Okay.
looks like that should do.
It might take me a bit to figure that out, so you can go ahead and keep going. I'll just do it in the background.
Okay, nope. That works. All right, cool. So we got everybody all sorted pretty much for that. And you guys are left here standing in the area outside the Kanbali wagon here. This halfling dead at your feet, rats all around. It seems that the at least immediate threat to the circus has been taken care of. What are you guys doing?
I am going to pocket a couple of crispy rats for Mr. Tickles.
Nice. All right. Thoughtful.
I'm gonna go through her pockets.
All right. Let's see. Does she have anything?
What has it got in its pockets?
All right. So she's got a few things, and she doesn't really have a lot in her pockets, to be honest. But she does have a few things. Mainly just like the clothes on her back and like the couple of weapons she saw she had. There's that sickle. She's just wearing some kind of fur hide armor. She had a hood. It wasn't up, but she was wearing a hood that looks like it might have been part of a giant rat's head at some point. And then her staff. But other than those, she doesn't really have much on her. Whatever else she had was back in the little camp in the woods.
Well, we took care of this problem, and she killed.
There's still villagers around?
And there are still your various, like most of the people that are around right now, like they're not in this immediate vicinity, but a little further to the north, closer to the kind of the pond in the middle of camp, are the rest of the various circus workers.
Well, to all the people within eyesight and earshot, Grotus immediately starts grandstanding for the team, and whooping and hollering and saying, "Fucking did it! Who you gonna call? Rat Busters! All right, guys, you want to see that trick again? It's gonna cost you some silver."
As you're kind of whooping and hollering, this seems to have caught the attention of some of the other, like all your fellow circus members here are over by kind of the main fire. They seem to have taken your celebrations and jubilation as word that things are safe. You see some of them kind of wandering back over your direction. Among them, you see like the Kambali family heading your way back towards their wagon here. And along with them, you also see the professor. He kind of comes along your way, finds you all here in the middle of this little circle of wagons here, and he says, "Well, you're certainly making a lot of commotion. Did you find the? Oh, well, it seems you did. Bit of a mess over here. It seems you.
She's found, grounded, and pounded.
Well, and that was all the threat to the circus. That's what took out the ringmaster."
Yeah, well, our initial suspicions about our old boss trying to kill us, well, maybe that was a bit hasty. It just happened to be a local Yahoo.
Oh, what drove her to come after us? We're only here to entertain.
Oh, she's just some crazy granola chick.
Standard rat loving eco-terrorist bullshit. Likes rats better than people, thinks that people make all... the rats ain't gonna survive without us leaving all our food and shit out.
Interesting. Well, it's certainly a cause to champion behind. To go so far.
Not something worth dying for. Look, the rats are already eating her shit.
Well, rats don't like to throw away a good opportunity.
And I respect that for them. Why's not, what not? But, yeah, I ain't putting my ass on the line for that shit. Anyway, we gotta get this fucking show on the road. It smells around here.
Well, we can certainly all assist with getting things cleaned up. I think people will just be happy to know that we're safe again. Did she say why was she after just us? Did she not like the show, the circus?
Civilization in general, it seems. The whole, like, Neolithic revolution really cheesed her off.
She didn't seem to like people or the town specifically.
Oh, well, perhaps we should
Just towns in general.
Perhaps we should alert the mayor of Aberton and let him know that someone was after the town. Hopefully there aren't more like her.
We should definitely tell the mayor what we did for the town and shake him down for proper payment.
I agree with Grotus.
Well, I mean, if they're grateful enough for it, I mean, I wouldn't say no. It seems like we've done ourselves and the town a little bit of a service here.
Yeah, that was one hell of a fucking encore.
I'm kind of hungry for cheese. Do you think she's got any cheese around here?
Probably not.
Unfortunately, she does not have any cheese on her.
So yeah, let's go get an audience with the mayor.
Yeah,
We can tell him we did a good job.
Yeah, as you're saying this,
Right.
the professor is kind of directing a few of your fellow circus members to kind of help put things back together around here, and he's kind of looking over you all, and he says, "Well, shouldn't you take a bit of a rest and bandage your wounds there? I mean, Grotus, you're looking a little worse for wear. Probably best to clean up a little before going into town, lest we make them think we are failing in our trick practice and falling off of ledges and injuring ourselves.
But if they see how beat up Grotus is, they'll know that, like, we really put our asses on the line to save them from this rat debacle.
Does he
Gross
look worse
literally
for
has-
wear? He kind of looks
He's
as
got
beat up as
2
he
hit
usually
points.
does.
He's got 2 hit points, so he's got like little rat bites like all over every exposed piece of flesh, and yeah, it's just bad times for him. So he like kind of like coughs up something chunkier than blood and just says like, "Yeah, I'll catch up."
All right, yeah. So if you, I mean, you guys can, take some time here to. I forget with. I know the resting works different in Pathfinder. Healing in general is different in Pathfinder. What was it? We had to like roll like medicine checks while we rest or something.
Oh yeah, if
to
it's a
heal?
short rest, it's medicine checks. You can click on the medicine check info, and it'll kind of tell you the DCs around what you need to do
Okay.
to fix stuff.
And if a long rest is just like a regular old long rest, just
8 hours, yeah, it just doesn't heal your full HP.
okay.
Instead, it heals like a portion.
A portion. Okay. All right. So do you guys want to take a short rest and try to do the medicine checks healing on each other, or you guys want to take a nice snooze after the?
I mean, I didn't get any damage in that, so I'm good.
Grotus will take all the rest he can get for now, and it should be kind of late at this point anyway.
It is, yeah. It's been definitely a full day of activities with the show, and then trying to deal with this.
So we should probably just sleep overnight and then meet with the mayor in the morning.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan. All right, we'll go ahead and do that then. Where did they move rests to? Used to be right here. No, what the heck? Where is that? Oh, wait. Press, no. There we go. Overnight rest. Okay, yes, that does heal a fair bit, but not full. Okay.
Oh, I could help before we rest, though.
Oh, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
For the overnight rest. Yeah. Oh, I've been looking forward to this. Who's hurt? Savants and Grotus look a little roughed up. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll like when it's like bedtime, I'll go over to Grotus and I'll see. Grotus, it looks like you're hurting a little bit.
Yeah, I
me-
got big bad wounds.
Let me help you. And I guess I'm saying that, because I imagine I kind of approached him like maybe as he's like in bed, because I'm fucking awkward. So I'm like, let me help you, and I'm like petting his head, and I'll use Spirit Link
Okay.
to give him some hit points. It'll heal him for 2. And then I also have a couple focus points left. So I will soothe him as well. Let me see that one. Sorry, I don't stuff up. Let me see. I can do soothe twice. That's the one I was really looking for. So soothe will give you a D10 plus 4.
Ooh. Nice.
So that one, that is also creepy touch for 1 full minute. You've got to let me
Wait,
do.
did you just say creepy touch?
Yeah, I was so like right. If you really think about it, okay, I was a doll, so like whenever I got hurt, the I would have gotten like pet and like told it would be everything would be okay, and then I'm better, right? So it's kind of like that. Like I treat the patient in air quotes pretty much like you would a doll, where it's like all really super fake and very superficial, but it's actually helping. Um,
Wow.
but the
That's
the
great.
soothe one is I grace their mind. So like we touch minds, we tinkle minds a little bit, and I'll do the same for Moz with my last focus point.
Okay.
Moz, part of me is in your mind now, and
Aw.
part of you is in my mind, and we are all one with the rock.
Cool.
Anyway,
I imagine he's got like a toy stethoscope and like a wooden bone saw and like little fake Doctor Boy.
Reflex hammer.
Uh, that's
I
so
love
great.
it. Yeah.
I love it. That's awesome. All right, so you guys have a restful night, knowing that the camp is in good hands and that you avenged the ring leader. You guys come out in the morning, and people are doing their usual kind of daily chores. Some people are cooking some food over in the central fire, and just kind of getting things ready and going, and making sure that stuff's functioning properly. As you're kind of hanging out in the main little camp area here, having a little bit of breakfast, you see kind of coming up the path, or coming down the path from the big top. This is like from the direction of there's like a main road that kind of goes towards Aberton, and then you guys are just off that with your big top. And there was a man coming over your direction, with he has like a short beard and has a nice kind of dark brown cap on, and also has a kind of a deep blue kind of nice jacket. And he comes walking up your direction, kind of walks into the middle of camp, takes his hat off, and kind of holds it to his chest. You can see he has like kind of thinning brown hair, and he kind of looks around. He says, "Is the professor around?"
No. He's sleeping.
Oh,
I think. I don't know.
well, some members of your circus said I should come and speak to him. There were some circus members that had done some heroics, and I think we might need a little more help. And I wanted to speak to him about it.
Oh, well, you just talk to us. We're the heroes, and we'd be willing to do more heroics. But you have a pending down payment on the first round of heroics.
Oh, don't worry. We have paid the professor for the show last night. That part is all well and taken care of. Thank you so much for uh, agreeing to speak with me. I am Jay Aber. I am the mayor of this town. I actually saw your show last night. It was spectacular. But then I heard tell from some of your members that had come into town to celebrate after the show, and then also a bit this morning as well. I heard that you or your people were attacked by someone from Aberton, or perhaps from the Hermitage of Blessed Lightning. Our little town's been a bit terrorized for weeks, actually, since long before you all showed up. I'm so sorry you all got caught up in this.
A little bit of heads up would have been nice for just, traveling entertainers. Not the best people to rely on for your law enforcement.
Well, certainly understandable. I mean, we weren't really sure what they were after before in our case, but, law enforcement has been a little bit thin around here. You see, our sheriff has been missing among other people, and we think it may be tied to these strange attacks and disappearances that we've been seeing around. I can't see how anyone from our town would be involved in such villainy, but it seems even harder to believe that someone from the Hermitage would do so either. But I keep hearing, or people keep seeing, signs that are the symbols of the Hermitage, and it just doesn't seem to make sense to me. They're kind and humble and pious folk. Their master is a man I've known for years, Harlock Hamdeal. He's a fine person, loves animals and nature. It's impossible to imagine him countenancing anything like murdering your ringleader or coming after you visitors to our village. I can scarce believe it.
You thinking there's more than one Yahoo who's been pulling this kind of shit?
Well, I mean, given the people that have disappeared, I feel like there have to be more than just one. I heard it was a halfling woman and some rats or something that she had compelled. That doesn't seem to be enough to take the people that have gone. Perhaps maybe there was more to her than met the eye. I'm not sure, but
Reason to believe there's probably a snake one out there too.
yes, that could be as well. I mean, as much as I hate to say it, the town and the Hermitage, although things are generally well, we don't always agree on things, but I mean, that goes for anybody. I mean, everybody has their disagreements, but Aberton has had some challenges lately. There's been little rain, the fields are dry, the heat has withered the plants, and then we had a cold snap in the spring that froze what survived, and the wind has pulled what's left of the topsoil into the dust. And, a couple times we've even had some dust storms earlier this season. Many of our wells have dried up, and the streams, they're so low. I mean, even this pond here in the middle of your camp is usually a decent bit higher than this. I've never seen them so low. Some are gone, completely even.
Y'all wouldn't have to have any new construction on top of some, like, I don't know, old temples or burial grounds. Any kind of, like, you didn't cut down like a 1,000,000-year-old tree or anything like that.
Goodness, nothing that I've been aware of. I mean, haven't done any particularly outstandingly strange new construction. I mean, there's houses that go up around town to house the good people, and nothing has been out of the ordinary with those. I mean,
When did this shit start up?
oh, it's been at least a month or two, actually. I mean, I know it's nature and it goes in cycles. I know many of us think we just maybe need to be patient and the rains will come back, and maybe it's just a bad year for that sort of thing. But we have had some of the hermits blame us, or seem to blame us for it. I don't know. It's like they think we've done something wrong, but just a small farming village. We don't have any, we aren't destroying the land. I mean, not that I would say.
Nah, I'm pretty sure you done fucked up. We gotta go talk to your local wackos about it. Where were they and what were they yammering about?
Well, I mean, they've been, saying that all of this drought and issues with nature have been, something that we've caused, even though we've done nothing of the sort. Over the last month, things have gotten really bad. Himema got attacked by a wild boar in the street. Aberton's miller, Sarah Houghton, and her family have gone missing. I mean, no one would blame them if they left town, but maybe they were driven off. Normally I'd go to the sheriff with this, and she's always kept us safe, but like I said, she's gone as well. No one's seen her either. I heard how you protected, the people of your circus here last night, your innocent fellow circus members, and I thought, well, maybe you could help us in the way that you did it for them. If you could, I'll gladly speak to Harlock at the Hermitage about the woman who attacked you last night. Perhaps even, get you admission to go and visit and talk to him and see for yourself that they're harmless. And maybe we'll be able to find something else about all this.
Gross is going to attempt a lie.
Okay.
He senses that there's something he's not been told. So he rolls. He's like, you know what, man? You can cut the shit. It's just us out here, man. There's been talk around town, and we got one of them magic crystal ball fortune-telling ladies. We both know about the thing you and the sheriff was talking about before they dipped and disappeared.
Okay. So you're are you rolling to try to
Fishing.
like?
He's like fishing by lying to say like, "Hey, I know about the thing that you were talking about before they disappeared. The thing that all the yahoos are yammering about, but you're not acknowledging. It's okay. Just cut the shit, and you can tell us when it really happened."
And so he almost seems a little confused. Jay does at this, and he's like, I'm afraid I really don't know what you're getting at there, friend. I'm a mayor of a small town. Our problems are usually pretty mundane, with ordinary problems with ordinary answers, but I've had a difficult time trying to come to some sort of solution to all this, and it's something beyond me, perhaps. And usually, something breaks, we fix it. Some family has a quarrel, we, step in and try to resolve things amicably, but there's something strange about all of this, it seems. I can't fathom what it could be, or, what we've done wrong, or, what it wants, whatever it is. I'm just a simple man.
Fair enough. Tell us what tree we gotta shake to find your dead people. Assuming they ain't already snake shit.
Well, I will go and speak to Harlock at the Hermitage and try to get you admittance to go and visit there and see if you can find anything else. But, perhaps, if you're able to, maybe look around town and talk to some of the other residents, I'm sure they'd be happy to speak to you after the show you all put on last night. You're almost, small celebrities to us. It's the most excitement we've had in that sort of vein in quite some time. Not too many people come and visit us. I'm sure they'd be happy to talk to you.
Fair enough. Off to town, our merry band.
All right. Give you a picture here. So here we have Aberton. You can see your little camp with the big top up in the corner there. You're at least, nominally familiar with town. I mean, you guys have been here, for at least a week, getting things set up and practicing and, kind of doing advertising for the show. So you're at least fairly familiar with some of the stuff that is around, particularly around the center of town, at least, where that was where you were doing most of your grandstanding for the circus show. As you guys are kind of getting ready to head into town, the professor, who is woken up by this point, kind of comes out into the camp, and he's kind of getting himself a little bit of food, and he says, I heard the mayor came and paid us a visit. I'm sorry I missed him.
That's all he paid us.
Oh, he is already paid us well and fine. Please do not trouble the mayor with that. That is all well and taken care of. But did he? What did he want to speak to us about? I heard he wanted to speak with me, but then he spoke with you instead. Let me sleep in probably a little later than I should have.
Well, apparently people have gone missing, like the sheriff and stuff, and he thinks it's a good idea to ask a bunch of clowns to help him out. So we're gonna go punch some hermits or something, Grotus was saying. I don't know how that'll help, but punching hermits is on the plan.
Sounds interesting. I mean, hopefully we don't have to get into too much more, violence on behalf of the town. I mean, hermits go.
See, I was going to the Mad Monk. I guess, yeah. They he gave us a bunch of points of interest. The one was bar, and then Grotus just tuned everything out.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, we got our map of Aberton here. Close that one there. Okay. But yeah, the Mad Mug is the kind of building with the red roof in the far southeast bottom corner of the map. So to get there, you kind of have to go all the way through town, across a few bridges, across some rivers, and then out to the southeast to get there. It's kind of out by that field on its own. And then, at least in terms of where the other stuff is, the church is right smack in the middle of town. It's the building with all the little stuff around it, because that's the graveyard. Right across that first bridge from the big top. The mill is a little bit to the west of that, on the northern river in town. You can see the little mill wheel in the river there. And then the orchard is the big field in the middle bottom of the map is the orchard.
Well, let's go to Mad Monks here first.
All right. So you guys make your way into town. Kind of, it's still the morning here. It's like mid-morning. So there's a fair number of people out and about, kind of getting their daily stuff done. There's a market set up in kind of the central area outside of the church, and people are kind of selling various things. You see a few of your fellow circus members around, kind of getting their daily business out as well. But you head through town. You head across the bridge over the river to the south. And you notice, like, you hadn't really noticed before because you hadn't really been looking, but like as you're crossing over all these rivers, like you can tell they seem a little low. Like you can see on the banks, like they have been higher in the past. Still plenty of flow in these ones, at least for now, but definitely lower than they probably should be. As you get across the southern bridge, or across the southern river in town, and start heading down that kind of main drag to the southeast, you are met coming the other direction by a familiar face. It's a member of the sideshow from the circus. This is Gitteron, the bearded man. I don't know if we've really talked about the sideshow yet.
Is that seriously? You can't be a circus freak for being a bearded man.
Well, see, so the sideshow, I guess we haven't talked about the sideshow of the circus. So let me give you a little bit of detail about the sideshow from the circus. So, along with kind of everything with this whole Circus of Wayward Wonders, is that when it was founded, and you guys kind of, a lot of you had left from the bigger circus, the Dusklight Circus. A lot of you were fed up with the abuse, and a lot of you were fed up with the just kind of humiliation of that circus. And so one of the things that you guys had kind of agreed collectively on is that you wanted to kind of uplift more with this circus. So a lot of circuses around the land, they have a sideshow, and it's usually chock full of freaks, and they're just there to be weirdos in a cage, and we laugh at them because they're weird, and it's not a good time for those people involved. So one of the things that the former ringmaster, the late ringmaster, had done was he made the sideshow for this circus the sideshow of everyday marvels, which is devoted to the idea that anyone can be fantastical, interesting, and extraordinary. And so the members of the sideshow here that's set up outside the big top to kind of get people entertained while they're coming to the show, things like that, are all fairly normal people appearance-wise for the most part, but they entertain patrons with extraordinary tales about their lives and things, kind of providing entertainment in that way instead of just being a target of gawking. So the members of the sideshow, while we're on it, there are five, well, six of them technically, but five kind of acts of the sideshow. There is the professor, who you guys have already met plenty of times. He is actually the one who is in charge of the sideshow. He used to be a juggler. He used to be a fire eater, but he is very old these days and doesn't do those things anymore. And fire damage to his throat over the years has kind of rendered him unable to raise his voice as much as he used to, but he's still a compelling speaker. And he is the narrator and organizer of the sideshow, and he introduces the performers and augments their stories with funny or incredible historical anecdotes that supposedly prove the truth of these stories of these sideshow actors. That's kind of his thing. Gitteron Elbus, the bearded man who you guys are running into right now, is a 6-foot-tall, broad-shouldered man with long brown hair, a massive full beard, and a thick mustache. And here's a picture of him. Here's a picture of all these folks. Here's Gitteron. He is very skilled at portraying accents and mannerisms from all across the world. The professor likes to claim that Gitteron is the exact body double of a significant political figure who must conceal his identity and live on the run, and that assassins want to kill him and rival agents want to kidnap him. But that story kind of changes every time, and the professor tells exciting stories about the bearded man's many narrow escapes, but will not confirm which important political figure he supposedly looks like. And Gitteron is very adept at changing his voice and accents and mannerisms as needed to fit these stories. Another member, Tahala Road Watcher, is a middle-aged Shohanti woman. Here's the picture of her. There it is. She is the Tattooed Woman, and she left her clan many years ago, and she's bald, fit, covered in complex tattoos, and normally wears a simple cloak with a hood, and she is a gifted storyteller that likes to tell stories about caring for the earth and revering ancestors and other aspects of Shawanti spiritualism, kind of using the art on her body to kind of tell her story and like the story of her people, and she kind of sees the sideshow here as a way to enlighten people and as well as entertain them. Hesper and Metis Jaxus, who are the unjoined twins. They are identical twin sisters in their 30s. The professor tells elaborate tales of how they were separated at birth and they never knew each other existed until very recently, where they met at the circus, which isn't actually true. They grew up together. But according to the professor, their lives are an incredibly bizarre parallel of each other. For example, many coincidences such as one married a miller named Smith, the other married a smith named Miller. They were each cursed by different witches on their wedding day, one because they didn't invite the witch to the wedding, and the other one was because they disturbed the witch with too many invitations. Things like this, where they are opposite twins of each other, and the list of strange coincidences grows and grows with every tale they tell. And then lastly, but not least, we have Cubby, who is the dog-faced dog. There's his picture. That's great. Here he is. Cubby was a large male beagle that was the subject of an awakened animal ritual that gave him human intelligence and the ability to speak common. And he has been the best friend of the professor for years. And according to the professor's outlandish tales, Cubby has traveled the world, surviving amazing adventures, dined with villains and heroes and monarchs. Cubby doesn't dispute any of this. That he is a lucky, brave, and humble companion dog man thing.
Is he a good boy?
He is a good boy. Although he is offended by the idea that he belongs to anyone or that he is anybody's pet. He is his own person. He just is a dude that has a dog head thanks to some awakened animal bullshittery that happened to him. Yeah, that is the sideshow. Since we hadn't mentioned them before. But yeah, Gitteron. So Gitteron is coming up the way here. He's hard to miss. Guys, the guy is practically a wall of hair. But he sees you guys, coming down the path here, and he kind of positions himself in kind of an amusing stance, and he says, "Ahoy! Ahoy, mateys! Do ye be going to the Mad Mug?"
Mad Muggity Doug Doug, what's good around town, man?
And he kind of lets out this deep belly laugh and drops the accent for him. He says, "Well, if you're headed to the Mad Mug, you might want to watch out. There's a bit of a small crime gang down there. They call themselves the Muggers. So don't get mugged. The Mad Mug."
The Muggers? How original.
Right?
Sound like decent, honest
A
folks
very
near Christmas.
creative with the naming conventions. I can't really say that they might not be the brightest criminals in the bunch.
Maybe that's what they want you to think.
Maybe that is. But if,
Well, thanks for the hot tip. You coming for a drink?
oh, I just came from that way. I'm heading back to the big top. But there are a lot of them hanging around down there, so just keep your wits about you and don't get into trouble. Muggers will get you.
I'm always getting into trouble, and I lost my wits too long ago. But nice try.
Well, we'll see. We'll see you back at the big tent.
All right, later on, Big Dick. Here we go. Off the bar.
All right, so he continues making his way back through the town, and you guys continue down towards the Mad Mug here. Let me get you. Oh, this has the lighting on it. Visible. Able to save lighting. There we go. Okay. The Mad Mug. So you guys come down the road to this kind of solitary building here on the southeast side of town. The Mad Mug is a one-story structure with a broad front porch on the western side. And the sign hanging kind of just off the front porch depicts a kind of cartoonish-looking beer mug with an angry expression. And its frothy contents appear to have been carved with kind of little trails of steam coming off the top to kind of emphasize the mad nature of this mug. You
There's
see
nothing showing on the map.
Oh, it's not showing. Oh, I must not have turned the right light thing off or on.
Nice. Okay.
How about now?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right. So as you guys are kind of coming up this way, there's a few people on the porch that are kind of sitting on some chairs, drinking, clearly already somewhat inebriated. But as you guys are kind of walking up, they start hollering insults your way. Said, "Oh, it's more of the clowns! Look at them! Come to give us a show, huh?
Yeah.
Well, there ain't nothing hereabouts that merits a visit from the likes of you.
Oh, what you talking about? You can keep my stool warm. I just want to plant my ass and get drunk. Girls can attempt diplomacy check, try to improve their overall appreciation of him right now.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll do that. I'll help. I can help with it if he wants to do it. I'll honk my nose.
Or more accurately, knowing that he's kind of hungover, he's gonna go over to Honker. He's like, or he's gonna hold up Honker like a Cabbage Patch Kid and be like, "And I brought the party monster." So he's gonna aid Honker's diplomacy.
And I'll just like when he does that, I'll just honk my nose and be like, "I'm Honker."
Jesus.
Oh my god.
This is great. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I just go ahead and roll a diplomacy for that.
I get to add a bonus to it because I made a joke.
Because you're Honker.
Yep. And then I get to use my performance check. And this, if it passes, let's see, that would be a 16 with his aid. Should bump them up one step.
All right. Well, with that, partially from the state of their inebriation already, and thanks to your antics, they seem to have softened up at least a little bit. Like you weren't sure at first if you were gonna get in here without some fisticuffs coming off these guys, but they seem to have the friendship of the froth has brought you all a little closer together here this day, and they all four of them kind of burst out laughing at this little display with Honker being Lion Kinged up in front of you, in front of them all, and they say, okay, I guess y'all's are right. Come on in."
Cool, man. He's gonna plop Honker like up on the bar, and start serving us drinks, and we all just want to start toasting.
Okay. So you head inside the Mad Mug, and in here there's 6 tables and a long wooden bar. There's kind of these narrow lattice windows that provide natural light from the porch out front. There's a few staff members who are manning the place. 2 humans behind the bar who seem to be going about the business of the drinks. And there is a male, looks like half-orc server, who, as you guys come through the door, he's currently carrying a plate of stuff to one of the tables on the north part of the place. As you come in here, you see a few more of these kind of general ruffian-looking chaps sitting up by the bar. They're taking up the bar seats right now. And one of them in particular, you see a fairly hefty looking female dwarf, and particularly notable next to her is her, what you assume is a pet goat, who also seems to be kind of licking lazily out of a small bucket of what also appears to be alcohol. So that's the thing. But she sees you all come in, and she's like, "Hey, who are you lot? Porch boys let you in here?"
I'm Honker.
What the devil exactly are you supposed to be?
I will, with a trick of my fantastic makeup skills kind of frown so that my face looks like a lot more like my picture, my picture, my guy
Yeah.
token. And I will say it means I'm a clown. And I'm going to use that. I'm going to attempt to intimidate with that.
Okay.
Using a performance check.
Hey, very nice. Very nice. All right. And she seems to. You hear her kind of let out a little guffaw at that, kind of a. All right. All right. All right. Well, I guess there's no harm in letting the clowns in town. I mean, not like the town's been able to stop us lately, ain't that right, boys? And a couple of the other ruffians around here, they all kind of like start like they tap their like mugs on the table a bit and kind of jovial camaraderie here, and they're like, yeah, they can't stop us muggers. They got nothing on us. Ain't no sheriff anymore, anyways.
Hell yeah, man.
What happened to the sheriff?
The hefty dwarf gal, she kind of lets out this like, ha! Well, I don't really know, but I'm glad they're gone. She kept us down for so long, but then she disappeared. Although, well, it's not all for the best. I think some people in town think it was us who made her disappear. That's probably gonna. I wouldn't be surprised if they come for us sometime. But it wasn't us. We like to roughhouse. We like to get drunk. We like to have a good sip of the good juice here with my good pal Violet, and she pats her goat. And maybe we get in a little fisticuffs now and then. The sheriff liked to stop our fun, but we don't have any sort of like deadly violent urges. We just like to get a little roughhouse now and then. I mean, yeah, he gets a little maybe a little extra roughhousing, maybe a couple black eyes here and there if we really get into it. You know how it goes. She kind of like elbows you a little bit, Groto. She's like, you know how it is.
Yeah, you gotta put them in their place.
Exactly. You know how it is. Sometimes the punches start flying, and they're just gonna keep flying until they end. And now they can. The sheriff's gone. We can just keep on punching the whole night through until we all fall to the ground.
I heard things have been getting kind of shitty around here for the past 2 months, though. I mean, no sheriff. That's pretty rural. But, like, heard otherwise, things kind of suck.
Well, see, it wasn't us, but we did see something suspicious around here. And I wonder if that might be, there was this little halfling witchy bitch that we saw sneaking around in town after dark. But it didn't seem like she was up to no good. She had a stench about her. I mean,
like rat piss?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
She did? Oh.
Yeah, we stomped her.
Good riddance.
Her face got eaten.
By her own fucking rat.
Who?
Not me. I didn't do it.
Well, I'll tell you. I'll offer you. I'll offer you a deal here. Okay. I can tell you where we saw her going, and since we're such good friends, I'll tell you. For only 2 gold pieces. Just 2. Discount rate for friends. What do you say?
2 Gold pieces? I don't even have any gold pieces.
Call it one gold piece in a show. Private only. Grown-ups only. None of that kid-friendly shit.
All right.
I'll give you a private show.
All right.
I'm crazy, man.
What kind of things are we talking in this private show?
Show you
You guys
private
like to
shows.
make a ruckus? You guys can, yeah, 3 of these throwing knives at me for 10 silver piece. Bet you can't hit me. Who wants to double down?
All right. I like where this is talking. You know your stuff. You know the deal. All right. Let's do it. Private showing. Knife throwing. This is exciting. Let's do it. And afterwards,
Grodus limbers up, passes out darts and knives. I'm sure they all have their own knives on them. Gets up on a table and starts stumbling around.
all right. All right. What? Let's see. I assume we'll have them like do some sort of like check against something. What do you want them to do? Like a check against?
I was going to say they just roll attacks at me.
Just roll attacks at you? Okay.
They just roll range attacks and I'm doing like the total defense action.
Okay. Let's see. Let me grab one of these guys here. Hey, Coco. Get in. Okay. Let me grab one of these dudes. Let's see. You. And we'll have you target Grotus. Okay. Whew.
Yeah.
All
Can I
right.
hero point that? Can I like make that re-roll a hero point?
Sure. Sure. If you want to like use a.
No, I wanted that to go.
Yeah, we could definitely use a hero point there for today if you want. All right, let's try that again.
Better.
All right. First one kind of steps up. He's kind of weaving a little bit themselves as you're weaving on the table here, but they chuck the dagger in your direction. They do manage to stick it on you. Hits. Kind of sticks in the kind of light. What is it? What are you wearing? Let's see. Here's wearing like kind of robes or
Close.
clothes. All right. So it kind of sticks in like through on your side. It nicks you a little bit on the side, but it kind of sticks into your clothes there, and so it's kind of hanging and kind of awkwardly bouncing a bit in your shirt as you kind of continue doing your little dance here. And the human who chucked it, he's like, "Hey, there's one. You thought we couldn't."
I'm still going. I didn't feel nothing. Yo, so who left the door open? Feel a draft.
All right. We'll do.
Oh, look, I scraped my knee.
Chucked another one. Whew. Another hit, and it this one does hit, but it hits you in the foot and like sticks in the side of your shoe. You get a nice a decent cut on the side of your foot here where this knife stuck in your shoe. 2 out of 3. Pretty good. All right.
Very good. That's your show. All right, guys, that's curtain call.
They all seem pretty amused that they were able to hit you. even
Exit
if
through the gift shop, please.
Just go to the gift shop. All right, they all do seem pretty amused by this little knife throwing session, even if it is out of their usual wheelhouse of punches. But this hefty dwarf gal here, she kind of continues laughing at this as you get down from the table here and kind of pulling these out of your shoes and whatnot. And says, all right, that was good. That was good. Little livening up the premises here. All right. Well, I guess I should introduce myself. Piranha, by the way. Piranha 2 Punch.
Piranha.
You don't want to know why I got that name. These fists, they got more behind them than you think. But anyways, this little witch, we saw her going towards the where did I lose that page? There it is. We saw her going towards the Lindell's barn outside of town.
The Lindell's barn. Well, I knew it.
Let me check where. There we go. Trying to find the page where I had that at.
Yeah, that act needs some work. I'm going to have to make a note of that. There's definitely some monk feats that I will be able to get. I'm pretty sure that will let me deflect missiles and do other shit like that. But it turns out Pathfinder 2nd Edition does not have a total defense action.
Okay.
Or like a dodge or something like I was thinking like 5th edition, I could use dodge and everybody gets a disadvantage till my next turn. Doesn't exist here. Total defense would give me like a +4 AC. Doesn't exist here.
Okay.
Gotta get my beats right.
Alright, so the Lindell barn is... Where is this? Is it on this Aberton map? Not seeing it. Ah, okay. Looks like this is the one far to, or no, this is the one kind of west of here. It's like across the field, west of the Mad Mug. There's like that one solitary red building there on the other side of the field. That is the barn.
So did you guys go in and check anything out, or is that all on us?
Oh, we didn't check her out at all. We just saw her sneaking in the dark over there. I don't know what she was up to, but she's dead now. Ha!
Well, thank you for your time and workshopping that act with me. I admit it needs a little bit of work.
Well,
Here's
you'll
gold
get
piece.
there someday.
So yes, yeah, you can take a gold piece from me.
Yep.
I don't have one. Shit. I was looking at PC items total value, not my actual trade.
Oh yeah, there's not a lot of gold pieces to go around right now. Who has a gold piece? Somebody does. You guys should have some. Did I not distribute? Did I forget to distribute you guys' payment? Hold on.
No, yeah, we have 18 gold pieces in the party sheet.
Oh yeah, there they are. They just haven't been distributed. Okay, let's distribute these. Boop. Come on. Distribute. That's weird. The distribute button is not distributing. Oh, wait. I think I know what it might be. For some reason, it doesn't have you guys as party members in the party sheets. Let me drop you guys in there. Funkers,
Oh, just probably because you haven't done it yet. You do have to do that once per.
Yeah. Okay, so there you guys are. Okay, you're in the party sheet now. There we go. Inventory. Okay, distribute. There we go. And there's 2 extra GP that it didn't distribute out evenly, so I'll take one of those. And then who wants an extra GP? We'll just fill the hole in Grotus's pocket. Here we go. GP goes out, GP goes in. Perfect. There we go. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Lindell Barn. It's where they said they saw her lurking. Is there anything else you guys want to do here at the Mad Mug for the moment? You got a few other places you could check out. You got this barn now. What do you guys want to do here?
Should we go to the barn or should we go check out one of these other spots, you think, Grotus?
One of these other spots, if we can find some fucking health potions and shit around there, that'd be smart. Oh wait, I didn't actually take damage.
Yeah, I didn't roll any like actual damage. It was all like super minor. So.
Oh, then yeah, I'm ready to fucking go to the barn. We went to the bar. We got what we came for. Done party on that.
Huh?
Unless there's something you want to check out, kid.
Let me see. The orchard, the church, and the mill are the other 3 places Professor mentioned.
I don't like churches. Mills are kind of scary to me. And, well, I kind of came from an orchard, so I know what that's like. Let's go take a look at this barn.
All right, here we go.
All right, so you guys head out of the Mad Mug here, and just kind of traipsing your way across this field, heading beelining right for this barn. So you make your way across the field. As you're getting closer to the barn here, you see that it's it's kind of a bit overgrown looking, and let me see, where's the map of it here. Here we go. Let's make sure that lights and things are off. There we go. All good and visible.
I see them. I don't see people.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah. Let me add your guys' tokens on there real quick. All right. We'll set you guys up outside the barn here in the corner. There we go. Okay, so you guys are coming up on this barn, and it is kind of down at the end of this dead end road. There's this road that heads north, kind of back towards the town, but this is just kind of down here at the end, next to this field. And there are a number of trees and shrubs that are kind of grown up right around the area here. And it's 2 stories tall. You can see that there is an entrance just to the west of you guys, in the typical spot you would expect it to be for a barn. And yeah, that's all you can see at the moment. Mostly all this overgrowth around here.
Gross is gonna march right up to the main barn door.
All right. Oh, here, let me unlock the tokens. There we go. Now you can scoot yourself. There we go. All right, so you head up to the barn doors. You see that these are your typical kind of large double doors of a barn. Both of the doors are barred from the outside. You can see the bar. It's just like laying across both the doors, keeping them shut.
I mean, the bar's easily removed from the outside, right? Like a regular barn.
Yep.
Yep. Just gonna lift that off and open the door.
All right. So as you you go and you lift this this bar off, are you just kind of chucking it into like the undergrowth or whatever nearby here? Or?
Yeah, just drop it off from that bush there.
Okay. All right. So you go to drop this off over here, and as you do, there's some sort of strange plant that reaches out towards you from this undergrowth here, and you step back a moment, dropping this bar, and this plant with a mouth on it is kind of coming like out of this brush here in your direction. Let's see, get you.
Ah,
There we go.
I don't like this. What did you get us into, Grotus?
Everybody, go ahead and roll yourselves up, and I'll take care of Miles. Let's see.
Don't worry about it, Honker. We're gonna smoke these plants.
Oh, no, that involves fire. I'm not comfortable with this.
All right. So we just need bras, and then we're good to go. Do you have a loser?
Don't see you on Discord.
Ooh, bookworm?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I just counted the wrong number.
Looks like she's connected to my computer still. Maybe she fell asleep.
Nope. Alright. Well, if she conked out as well, I guess it is pretty close to time anyways. We can always pick up with this fly trap next time once we come back. See, when will that... I know we're coming up on holidays here. Hold on. Let me see what the... When would that be? Let's see. It's the 11th. That would be the... That would be the Friday right after Thanksgiving, it looks like, on the 25th. I'm not doing anything, but I don't know what stuff y'all are up to.
I can speak for Bookworm and I, and we aren't.
Okay.
You got a life on Thanksgiving, Sam, or the day after?
Yeah,
I think I'm going to my cousin's boyfriend's thing, family's thing in Connecticut. If I'm back by Friday night, then yeah, I'd like to play. I probably will be.
cool. All right. Well, I guess for now then we'll plan on that happening, and if that changes, then well, it changes. Cool. All right. Well, we'll pick that up next time then. So let's see this here. Pick it up. Cool. Well, thanks for coming see.
Yeah, man, good game.
As
Yeah,
always.
Haven't heard back from Boz. I know he's mentioned that he's like last week. He mentioned he was like around, but I never heard back from him on making his character yet. But whenever we do, we'll get him integrated in here at some point.
I spent the last half of the week on storm calls. They're getting shit on all over again.
Oh,
he's
are they?
good.
Okay, that
Yeah,
explains
like
why I
right
haven't heard
now.
anything.
Yeah.
That makes sense then. We'll let him sort out his having to live in Florida business.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's kind of crazy and also has to deal with that.
Alright, let's see. Let's go raid. Drake takes here. Cool. And we'll see you guys later then. Have a good one.
Yeah, talk to you later.
Later.
Alright. Let's go see what Drake takes is up to.
Is this a good early?
Yeah, this would be a very good place to call it early.
Since Vince got the hard out.
A hard stop. Yep, and we will pick up here in Sibal in 2 weeks.
What's up, Moogle Muffin? You caught the end. Yeah, we're getting out of here. But hey, at least you caught the end, right? Well, we're gonna see if we're gonna pass this raid on. Let's go see. Where's the raid button? Let's go raid Rob 2E. He's played some Dungeons and Dragons. Let's see if we can catch him. Say goodnight to everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. If you're not a follower, hit the follow.